All right. I appear to be back. I don't even know what I was talking about. Um, Sorry for hopping off so abruptly. Um, People are out of their minds right now. Um, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I don't even know what I was talking about. But I do apologize again. Um, we got this event this weekend, and one of our key volunteers and high level donors are asking silly questions that they shouldn't be asking. And it's actually one of those where I wish they wouldn't ask the question. I wish they would just show up and do it behind our back so we don't have to worry about it. It's just crazy. Um, and I'm getting another text message now. So let me read this and answer real quick. I'm gonna go on mute. All right, I'm back off mute now. We'll see. We'll see how long it takes till I get another text message. That's part of my position, I suppose. Leading, leading people and working with volunteers. Um, Clock, strikes 5 o'clock doesn't necessarily mean I'm off the clock. It means that those people at work and are off the clock now have the time to ask questions like this of me, which cuts into my time, and that's fine. I enjoy what I do. I love what I do. I love the people. I love my volunteers. I love my staff, and you know that's why I signed up. I guess it's a good thing I'm home by myself this weekend because I have a feeling I'm going to get bombarded with all of these types of questions and comments and concerns and just craziness. But enough about work. Unless you want to ask me more about work, I will continue talking about it. But yeah, I'm not going to talk about work right now. Um, let's get to another question here. So again, it's Fun Fact Friday for those that are in here or not in here. That's fine. But just looking to have a good time. Ask any questions you feel like. I solicited questions throughout the week. Didn't get many, which is okay. But definitely, just looking to have some, chill and hang out time, and get to know me, get to know you through chat, and kind of see what we can do here. Um, Garrett asked, "What is the difference between living and existing?" Hmm. Great question. Great question. Very philosophical. One that I've given some thought to this week. So living, I believe, in my opinion, is just really going out all at it, um, enjoying life, not letting anything stop you, not letting these little things like these text messages and questions get to you, like they're getting to me right now. Um, you know, Surrounding yourself with good people, surrounding yourself with friends and family. Even though we don't get to pick our family, we can still influence the way that we live, that we approach life. Um, I'll give you well. Let me get to what I think existing is before I give you an example of living. Existing, I truly believe is you're just here. Um, you're a being on this earth. You've been given life, and that's it. You maybe you're fulfilling a purpose, maybe you're not. But to me, that's what existing is. Again, living, I think there's purpose that you're doing. You're going at life full board, not letting anything stop you, not letting things trip you up. And if they do, you get right back up and you keep going. Again, I think bringing people together, having that community around you is all a part of living. Getting back to that family piece, like I stated, you can't select your family, but she was that spark, that fire. And, birthdays and holidays, it was all her. And unfortunately, at the age of 17, I lost my mother to cancer. And since then, the family has disbanded. There's been no influence within the family whatsoever. I couldn't tell you the last time I attended a family function. Couldn't tell you the last time I spoke to a family member, which is sad, really, when you think about it. So, I think that those types of people really, are able to influence and, be a part of your life. And again, existing, just to reiterate, to me, you're here, you're on Earth, and you're filling a purpose. I don't want you to think that it's just somebody that's here, because that comes off kind of harsh. You're truly filling a purpose, but I think sometimes that it doesn't go beyond that. I have people that I know who they live just to exist. They live just to do this one specific thing, and they don't care about anybody else, that it affects. They don't care about, what happens afterwards. They truly just, are kind of here. So living versus existing. Looks like I lost my audience. That's fine. I understand that I had to hop off. I'm sorry. I got one more question here. Hey, Jimmy, welcome back. I think it's just you and me right now. I don't see anybody else in chat. So I apologize for hopping off, man. I had to, I can't losing. You kept losing me due to the storm. Oh, sorry about that. Is it bad out there right now? You're out in Washington State. Bad storms out there? What's going on? And tell me, where exactly, I don't want to give out the city you're in, but where exactly is that at? Super rainy. Yeah, I think it's all over the country right now. I don't know. I've always wanted to head up to Washington State, Seattle specifically. Oh, Chambers Bay. I think you did tell me that at one point. That sounds familiar. You attended the U.S. Open a few years ago when it was up there. Beautiful. Just the pictures I've seen and, the video, it seems like it's a really great place to live. Of course, I think that, I live in a great place too. So I guess it's all a matter of opinion. But yeah, and I'm Jimmy, I'm so sorry about your envelope, your mail day, man. I can't believe I wrote the wrong address on yours, and it was just a day. And it sounds like it's not getting anywhere near the end. Awesome out here. I love it. I didn't, but I did let friends park at my house and walk down there. Did you charge your friends? Come on, you gotta make a little money off of that. I grew up over in Ohio, a city called Massillon. If you're familiar with high school football, Massillon. And if you're familiar with football at all, Canton. Canton's where the Pro Football Hall of Fame is. I'm 10 minutes from there. Massillon and McKinley, two rival high schools. They've been playing each other every year since 1894. They're the only high school game on the Vegas line every year. So every October, you can go bet on that game. I would highly suggest that you bet on Massillon every year. Minuteman Scott. Minuteman knows all about Massillon and McKinley, living in Ohio now and going to Ashland and rooming with some guys I graduated high school with. But Jimmy, I'm getting back to the money situation. Whenever Massillon would play at McKinley, we would always park at a friend's house who lived right across the street. And from the stadium, and there was a school across from that they had permission to park there. We would charge people $20-$25 to park there. And I tell you what, made a killing on just that one Saturday. We probably rake in $2,000-$3,000 just in parking fees for a high school game, which is just great. Scott knows, yeah, big high school game, huge high school game. It's 20,000 plus at each game each year, so it's nuts. And Massillon that stadium sells out for a regular game during the season, so it's always a good time there. But let me see here. I got one more question that was submitted, so I'm willing to take more if you got anything there in chat. If not, that's fine too. Garrett asked some real philosophical questions. What's the difference between free and absolutely free? Heck yeah, I would do that if they did more events there. Yeah, man, keep it in mind. Charge for parking. Scott can tell you, being a ticket broker, and I hate paying for parking, but I'm willing to do it just to go to a game. And an event like that happens once every 10 years in that area, shoot, make a killing. Just, figure out what you want to make and then charge that much. Undercharge people, or undervalue what other people are doing. Someone down the road from you's got it for 50, charge 40, charge 45. People will pay the extra or pay less. Anyway, yeah, man. The last question that Garrett had here was, what is the difference between free and absolutely free? I was told a long time ago that there's no such thing as a free lunch. And I understand that now, especially being a fundraiser. I understand that there's no such thing as a free lunch. I take people to lunch all the time. I take people to dinner, buy them coffee, whatnot. At the end of the day, I'm hoping it's costing them a heck of a lot more than it's costing me. It'll cost me, what, $20 to go to lunch with somebody, but I'm asking them for thousands of dollars, right? So there's no free lunch on them, but being free and absolutely free, I don't know. This is a tough question. Absolutely free. I mean, I guess that's just, go do whatever the heck you want to do. Enjoy yourself. Do the things that, are on your bucket list. My wife showed me her summer bucket list yesterday, and that was because this is the first summer since 2018 that she's really going to be able to enjoy. Because last year with COVID and she had some health issues and whatnot. And the year before that, she had surgery on her leg that sat her out for the whole summer. So she showed me her bucket list, and I kind of think that's like being absolutely free. Like you just have it. You have the capabilities and the time to go do what it is you want to do, live your life how you want to live, and you're not allowing anybody to restrain you. There's no workday hours, there's no financial constraints. And even if there are financial constraints, you just don't care. I mean, my wife has been very instrumental in telling me and making me learn that we only have one life. And, we are not rich by any stretch of the means. We, full transparency, we live paycheck to paycheck. And we got debt that we pay every single month. But she has taught me that just because we have these things does not mean that we can't, live. We can't go and do things, and that's kind of taught me about this hobby too. Like I can't let my finances, or you can, I guess you got to let them dictate some things. But, if I see something I want, I'm going to try to get it, try to move things around so that I can. So I guess that's kind of like being absolute free. Being free, I guess you got some constraints, I mean, we're all free. We're all Americans here. So we all got the freedoms to do, what we want to do, and just kind of, go from there. But we all have our constraints that we work within, and, we have to follow. I mean, there's laws that we got to follow. There's work hours that you got to follow. I mean, to live, in our houses and homes, we got to pay rent or the mortgage, got to keep the lights on. So, I mean, there's different things that we got to live within and be cognizant of. But, being absolutely free, does that mean that you have to have all the money in the world? I don't think so. I mean, listen, Warren Buffett, I mean, shoot, one of the richest men in the world, Jeff Bezos, one of the richest men in the world. These guys, I mean, I don't know if I'd want to be them. I really don't. I mean, they're being criticized all the time, just about this thing and that. And, all they're doing is they were smart. They were smart guys, that saw what was going on in the market at the time and capitalized on it. But are they absolutely free? Not by any stretch of the means, because they're always answering to somebody. And usually those somebodies are you and me. We're yelling at them on Twitter, or we're yelling at them when they show them on the news. I mean, Jeff Bezos got divorced and had to give his wife what, $500 million or something like that, and now she's married to a science teacher. I mean, good for that guy. I mean, man, he outkick his coverage, and Bezos did too. I mean, you look back at the 1999 cover of Fortune magazine. Christ, who would have married him at that point? But you got to worry, or they got to worry about, like, where the next criticism is coming. And I don't think I would want to do that. And I know that the young tennis star Osaka, who just dropped out of the French Open a couple of weeks ago because of mental health issues. I mean, she got absolutely destroyed, by Twitter and by let's call a spade by the male sports mind. She got absolutely destroyed because they were coming out and saying this is part of her job, that she has to talk to the media. Do you remember Marshawn Lynch? Why do you think Marshawn Lynch said, "I'm only here so I don't get fined"? The guy readily admitted he didn't want to talk to the media, and nobody batted an eye at it. They laughed at him. They made jokes about it because it's Marshawn Lynch, But I mean, Osaka comes out and she's like, "Guys, I just can't do it." Treat her the same way, same exact thing. And nowadays, I mean, Jimmy, what was that, like 10 years ago with Beast Mode that, he did that? I mean, mental health is a different thing then than it is now. And I mean, now I think it's probably one of the most prevalent things. You got to take it serious, with all of this. And, for the media and for the people to come out and say, she shouldn't have done it. But then, was it Federer or somebody, one of the big male tennis stars, like a few days later, basically, he said, "Guys, I got to drop out too. It's because I got a physical ailment." And everybody's like, "Oh man, poor guy. This really sucks. The tournament's not going to be the same without him." What's the difference, right? What's the difference between a mental health issue and a physical health issue? There's no difference, none whatsoever. Okay. So we got to treat them all the same. I commend her for taking a step back. I mean, take a step back, get yourself right. And if you can't get yourself right, then don't return until you're there, and that's what it's all about. I mean, she is not playing for you. She's not playing for me. She is playing for herself. It's what she enjoys. It's what she loves to do. And, we got to let her have it. So, not sure how I got there, but I'm glad that I did. It was, a pretty touchy subject. I don't know if you've seen videos that I've done over the last few weeks, but I myself am, been seeing a therapist for about a month or so now, trying to battle some anxiety issues. Have actually had some pretty big moments in these conversations where noticed that my anxiety is also tied to what I've always known about me, is that I have OCD tendencies. I need things in their proper place. So we're trying to figure those things out. It's not so much where I have to touch a doorknob 12 times before I leave. I literally I'm an organized person, but I'm overly organized, and it sucks at times. Let's see. What'd you say here, Jimmy? Heck yeah. Take care of self first. 100% agree. Take care of yourself first. If you can't help yourself, how are you going to help those that depend on you? And that's exactly it. I mean, if you are not mentally or physically, healthy for yourself, then the people that depend on you the most, think about who they are. Your kids, if you have them, your spouse, if you have them, family, friends, whoever it is that's depending on you the most, they can't depend on you if your head's not in it. If your head's not in the game, call it quits. In fact, I did in 2011. So my career has always been in fundraising and nonprofit, different facets of it and areas. I worked for the YMCA forever. Started in high school in 1998, getting paid, and worked for the Y all the way through 2011. And I'd always said I worked my way up. I was certified where I could have been, a CEO of a YMCA and had the experience of it. But I always said that the day that I don't want to go to work is my last day. And October of 2011, I woke up in tears for no reason whatsoever. I mean, there were stressors going on, but I woke up and I didn't want to go to work. And I walked into my boss's office that day and told her, I said, I'm done. I'm done. I'm no good to anybody here. It's not fair to you. It's not fair to the members anymore. I was working with kids at the time. It's not fair to the kids to have somebody who's not 100% all the time. And so I had to walk away. And, as hard as it was the right thing to do at the time. And I don't regret it. I still, look at it and, think what could have been. But certainly the right decision for me at that time. But yeah, I mean, get yourself right first before you can do anything else for anybody. But so those are all the questions that I had. I'll hang out for a little bit longer. Jimmy, I know you're here. Scott, don't know if you're still here. There's a third person in chat too. So, I mean, I'm willing to answer any questions. I did mention at the top of part 1 of this is that I've been thinking of. Thanks for sharing the stuff you're going through. Absolutely, Jimmy. I'm an open book, man. I have no problem sharing anything about me for the most part. I mean, I think we all have those secrets or those things that we like to keep to ourselves, or maybe not make public, in certain forums. But the idea I've been thinking about this week is kind of like what Goldline's been doing, what Deafness 45 does, kind of what like Guns has done, with his videos, and really, but I don't know, like, I don't want this to be all about me. I just don't. It's not the type of person that I am. I like to highlight other people. That's why Rack of the Day has been going so well, because it's highlighting other people. But I thought, how cool would it be like if I could have a surprise guest come on, every week, every other week, whatever the concept would be, but crowdsource topics for us to talk about. It could be any topic, sports, life, funny, haha, laughter. It doesn't matter to me. But I've been thinking about that, and trying to do it. But the thing that gets in my way, and this is going to sound really rude, the thing that gets in my way is actually my family, because I enjoy being around them. I enjoy being with them. So that's why tonight I had no problem doing this, because nobody's here. It's just me. And, so that's one thing. So I'd have to, kind of develop a schedule around that. But the other thing too is truly technology. I'm not the most technical savvy person in the world. I'm surprised I could get this to work. I was having issues months ago with it, but so it's a thought. So, I mean, I'm willing to listen to ideas if people have them. And if you don't want to hear me either, that's fine too. I have no problem with that. I'm willing to stay behind the scenes and help people out that way too. But, and truth be told, this is actually, this is out of my comfort zone too. I hate being on camera. I hate talking to a camera, but this actually kind of feels like work for the last year, being on Zoom calls and Teams calls and whatnot. So, I'm okay with this, but just a thought, and the other thing too, like, Rack of the Day is not going anywhere. But I'm always willing to accept criticism or ideas around that too. I crowdsourced some a little over a month ago, and that's kind of where some of the larger racks have come out, like the Draft Day rack, the Mother's Day rack. I mean, those types of things. So trying to develop those, concepts as well. That was the first video you ever posted. I'm not comfortable on camera too. Dude, if that was the first video you ever posted, just stop. I don't know if it's going to get any better than that. I mean, you killed it. You absolutely killed it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I could not get myself on video to sing or rap, or I couldn't do those without a video. But kudos to all those, that did it. I loved it. You saw our top 4. It was you, Jimmy, K-Dub, Miss Anna, who her video, wow, if you weren't cutting onions at that time, then something's wrong with you. But and then Tony's on the harmonica. Whew, it was fantastic. I mean, they were all good, but those four really stood out to me, and to Tom as well. So we were happy to do that. But yeah, she got your vote. So good. Keep spreading that around. I think we got 24 hours or so left to vote. So, let's see how many votes we can get, how many eyes we can get on it too. I mean, that's just the coolest thing ever. And I really do just want to give where credit's due. Tom, it was all Tom's idea. He just reached out to me and said, "Hey, what do you think about this? Would you mind signing off on it?" 100%. He ran with it. He organized it. If you saw, he lined all the videos up in order. I mean, he did it all. And, I just kind of backed him on it. It was a really cool thing to see. So I was happy to be a part of it. And who knows what's next? I'd like to collaborate. So if you got an idea, shoot me a message on Twitter. You know where to find me. But I am going to sign off here. Thanks for stopping in tonight. Hopefully it was something you enjoyed. If you want to see more of it, let me know. We'll try to get something taken care of here. But I'm going to head out, get some dinner, and then just kind of chill out and turn the Indians game on. So I'll see you all out in the Twitterverse. So take care, folks. Enjoy yourself. And I appreciate every single one of you. Take care.